Okay, this is the 4th grade homework check for the group that's working on the quarter 2 material right now. And we're going to start at the top, rounding to the nearest. Now 100, so we underline the hundreds place. Now we bring down everything until we get to the underlined spot because it might change. So we'll either go up or stay the same. Since the circle digit is not 5 or higher, then this 5 stays the same, but this circle reminds me to make everything else zeros. That trick works no matter how big your numbers get and how high you're rounding to. Okay, now to the nearest thousands place. So we can go ahead and write down the 8 and the 3, but we stop when we get to the 4. It might change. Circle the digit to the right. This is 5 or higher, so this 4 gets to go up to a 5. The circle part reminds me to make everything else zeros. Okay, and the last one, to the nearest 10,000. So here we go. We can write down the 8 and then we have to stop. Because we've underlined the 3, it might change. The 4 tells us what to do to the 3. It stays the same. But this circle digit reminds me, start making zeros. Fill in the rest as 0. And there you have it. Okay, moving right along. Finding the difference. 61,009 minus 14,247. 9 minus 7 is 2. Now here comes the problem. 0 needs some help, but when he goes to the hundreds place, the hundreds have nothing, so we go to the thousands place. And even though he's got 1, he's going to have to give it up. And he can only help the digit right next to him. And then we go back to the one that needs help right here. 0 still needs help. This time when he goes to the hundreds place, the hundreds has 1 to give, and it becomes a 9. This 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 2 is 7. 0 minus 4. 0 needs some help. Let's borrow. He gets to become a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. So we have 46,762. Okay, finding the quotient. We have dividend divided by the divisor equals the quotient, which is the answer. So let's use our little trick here. Let's stretch out the digits that are in our dividend. And we like to draw our lines right behind the digits. We can place 1 in front of them if we need to. So we're making groups of 3. How many groups of 3 can we get out of 6? 2, because 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract, that's a difference of 0. Your difference comes up. That's why we leave the extra spaces right here in front of the digits. How many groups of 3 can we make out of 1? None. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract, that's a difference of 1. The difference pops up right here. How many groups of 3 can we get out of 18? 6, because 6 times 3 is 18. That's a difference of 0. You can pop that up there to be consistent. How many groups of 3 can we get out of 4? Just 1. 1 times 3 is 3. When we subtract, look, we have something left here at the bottom, and there's nothing left to do. So this is our remainder. What is remaining or left over? And so this is our entire answer, but I like to come over here and write it properly with our comma. So 2,061 with a remainder of 1. Right, Jason has $248. He buys 3 video games, which cost him $49 each. How much does Jason have left? So, first of all, we have to figure out how much these video games cost. Now, if you're really good at mental math, you know, man, 49, that's close to 50. And 3 sets of 50 is 150. But we were $1 away each time. So we would take away $3, $1 per video game, okay? And so it won't be 150, it'll be 147. But for those of you who just like cut and dried, we do $49. And he bought 3 of them. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So see, I told you so. Those video games cost him $147. Now he had 248 to begin with. Right, now we're going to take away the amount that he spent on the video games. So 8 minus 7 is 1, 4 minus 4 is 0, and 2 minus 1 is 1. So how much does Jason have left? He has this amount left, or left over. All right, create a pattern with the rule n times 2 plus 1. So look, two things are going on. We're going to take that number and multiply it by 2 and then add 1. Okay? So when we make our charts, we put the n on the top. And we can start wherever we like. I like to start with 1. It's less confusing. And then our output is what our result will be once we apply the rule. So if we start and let n equal 1, and then we apply the rule, 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Now let's keep going. What if n were 2? 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Let's keep going. What if n were 3? 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. If n were 4, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And we'll do one more. What if n were 5? 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. And there you have it. Order the fractions from least to greatest. Okay? And we are going to draw these fractions with stacked rectangles. I need 3 of them because I've got 3 fractions. Okay? On the top one, I'm going to draw 3/6. So I have to divide it into 6 pieces. So I'll go half first because 6 is even. And then we'll make 3 on each side. And we get to color in 3 of those. I like to kind of go sideways so I can still see my pieces. If I color the same direction as my dividing lines, it gets confusing. Okay, now the next one, I'm going to divide it into fifths, and that is an odd number. So I know I'm going to have one piece smack dab in the middle, and then 2 and 2, that would help there. I'm going to split these in half. And that's not exactly, but it's close. And I get to color in 4 of them. So far, pretty easy. You can see which is greater so far. And now the last one, I get to color in 12ths. So I'll go right down the middle. And I'm going to look kind of up at my top one. And I know I'm going to divide those in half. That didn't look good. I'm going to try that again just to show you. Sometimes when these numbers get big, it gets hard. All right, so let's try it again. So in half. And then if I do 3 on each side like I did before, and then I split each one of those in half, then I've got 12. And I have to color in just 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I change colors, you can see where the 3/6 made it to, where the 4/5 made it to, and the 5/12. And even though this is really close, you can still see that 3/6 is a little bit bigger. So if we go least to greatest, it was the 5/12 that was first. Next would have been our 3/6. And finally, the greatest was the 4/5. Okay, rewrite the improper fraction as a mixed number. Now what we're going to do is try to pull out as many wholes as we can. So for this first one, if we're dividing into 6, I've got to have 6 6 to make a whole. So can I do that? I sure can. I would take away 6 6 from the 7 6, okay? So I've got one whole, and I would have 1 6 left over. That's like saying 7 6 minus 6 6, okay? You've got the 6 6 was your whole, and you've got that 1 6 left over. Another way to look at it is 7 divided by 6. We'll go 1 time with 1 left over. But look at this one. We're talking about thirds now. So for every 3/3, I can get a whole. And remember, this really means 9 divided by 3. And 9 divided by 3 is 3. I could pull 3 sets of 3/3 out of this 9/3. And because 3 times 3 is 9, I don't have anything left over. It's just the whole number 3. All right, moving on to our addition. They write them horizontally, but we need to write them vertically, keeping our fraction side lined up and our whole number side lined up. So 3/7 plus 5/7, that gives us 8/7. And 2 and 1 is 3. But we have a problem because the 8 is the numerator, and that makes it improper. That means we could pull another whole out. We're going to pull out 7/7, okay? That gives us another whole. So we have 4 wholes. And once I take that 7/7 away from the 8/7, I've got 1/7 left over. Okay, now let's do our finding the difference. Here's a good reason why we need to keep things lined up. Look, this one is just a fraction. So we have 2 and 2/5 minus 3/5. Now look where I put it. I kept it lined up underneath the fraction side. So we've got 2/5 minus 3/5. That's like saying 2 pieces minus 3 pieces. You can't do it. You have to borrow a whole. So I'm going to borrow 1 whole. 1 whole is really 5/5. I'm going to add it to the 2/5 I already have, and that'll give me 7/5 now, okay? So 7/5 minus 3/5, that is 4/5. And I bring my 1 straight down. 1 minus nothing is still 1. So final answer, 1 4/5. And that's it.